Right now, it won't come on. But we are rolling, we're ready to go.
Good evening. I'm Doug Shipman, Atlanta City Council President. I want to welcome everyone to tonight's public hearing. This session is under the purview of the Committee on Council, so I'm going to turn it over to our Chair of Committee on Council, Chair Boone.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. I am Andrea Boone, Chair of the Committee on Council. I would like to welcome everyone who is attending our second public hearing today on Ordinance 22-0-1700 to amend the Atlanta City Charter for the purposes of redistricting the boundaries of the City of Atlanta Council Districts 1 through 12. The public notice for these public hearings were posted on the City Council homepage and also published in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution on 9/23 and 9/25. We are also joined by individuals from the Office of the Municipal Clerk, the Department of Law, the Department of Planning, and the Department of Atlanta City Council Communications. If you are in attendance today and wish to speak, you have 3 minutes to share your comments or concerns. Remarks from the public for both public hearings will be accepted until 7 p.m. today. Residents can also participate this week by calling 404-330-6092 and leaving a voicemail or sending their comments via email to atlredistricting2022@atlantaga.gov. The proposed map is available to view on the City Council's homepage at citycouncil.atlantaga.gov. The public hearings will be broadcasted on Cable 26 and live streamed on the City Council's webpage, YouTube channel, Facebook page, and Twitter page. I will now turn the hearing over to the clerk, Mr. Forrest Webb, Municipal Clerk of the City of Atlanta.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As previously noted, my name is Forrest Webb III, City of Atlanta Municipal Clerk and Election Superintendent. Pursuant to Section 5-202A of the City of Atlanta Charter, subject to limitations of state and federal law, the council shall reapportion the council districts from which members of the City Council are elected following publication of the decennial census. Such reapportionment of districts shall be effective for the election of members to the City Council at the next regular general municipal election, following the publication of the decennial census. However, pursuant to OCGA Section 36-35-4.1A, if the publication of the decennial census occurs 120 days prior to the next general or special municipal election, such reapportionment of districts shall be effective for any subsequent special election and the subsequent general municipal election. The City of Atlanta held a municipal election on November 2nd, 2021, less than 120 days from the 2020 census publication in 2021. The results of the 2020 census showed significant growth in population in some areas and reduction of population in other areas, thus providing disproportionate populations among City Council districts. It is the desire of the Atlanta City Council to initiate redistricting process to amend the council district boundaries pursuant to Charter Section 5-202. It is the intent of the Atlanta City Council to pursue a diligent 2022 redistricting process that will include information presented to and comments received from the public. The Atlanta City Council's 2022 redistricting process will ultimately achieve the creation of a new City Council map and legal boundary descriptions that will meet the requirements of the state and federal constitution and laws of the Charter and ordinance of the City of Atlanta. Atlanta citizens will have fair and equal representation among its districts. The Department of Planning created the dashboard that allows for easy comparison between the existing districts and boundaries and proposed district boundaries. Users can use the dashboard to compare total population and racial demographics among existing and proposed district boundaries. You can also view MPUs, neighborhoods, and voter precincts. The web application is published at City Planning GIS website, gis.atlantag.gov. That concludes my overview. Thank you, Madam Chair.
We are also joined by the Honorable Byron D. Amos and the Honorable Mary Norwood.
As previously noted, each speaker will have 3 minutes to speak. The first speaker, Mr. Johnson.
First speaker is Ann Clark.
Good evening. I am Ann Clark, and I have been following the procedure to thank you for not breaking up too many of our neighborhood. I have seen the map today. Keep things going smoothly. I will use this as a chance to give more ideas. Thank you.
Brian Sumlin. Coming up.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. I've been following the plan a little bit here and there, 'cause, I be out in the trenches working in the community and working downtown and stuff. The plan sort of looks good as long as we're equal and as long as we continue to educate the public and the community about the plan and how it's going to help with the development and, equal opportunity of everyone, as long as it works. I'm all for it. We talked about a little bit in our district. We start talking about it briefly in our town halls. So, I know some of the concerns were, I talked to some of my neighbors on my way home today, they just want to be involved more. So maybe we use more than one approach to have someone to encourage participation in the process. Thank you.
Rod Phelps.
Yes, I'm Rod Phelps. I'd like to first of all thank the community for the opportunity to speak and to be heard. I'd also like to thank the committee for its commitment to redistricting. This is about knowing where the people are, where they live, and it's also about equity and balance. This same map will be used for public safety. It will be used for resources that impact the community and affect the life's essentials. To the council, I would say, please continue to focus on the facts. That's what we're asking for, is the focus and the balance. And I thank you for the time and the opportunity to speak and the opportunity to voice my support for the redistricting. Thank you.
Colleen Valentine.
Good evening. Thank you for listening to your constituents and following the directions of the law department. Because of your preparation, the process of redistricting has been equitable, and I believe it considers residents of every neighborhood in the city of Atlanta. Thank you for your time.
Audra Luke.
Yes, hello, my name's Audra Luke, and I am a resident here in the city of Atlanta, and I want to thank you from my heart, thank you for your continued hard work. I do recognize that. I've been following everything that's going on as far as the redistricting. Thank you for maintaining the balanced approach in the redistricting as well. And I also want to say thank you for considering the historical neighborhood and not breaking them up. Because as far as our neighborhoods are concerned and the city of Atlanta, it's not by mishap, in my opinion, that it's becoming popular and that it's in high demand. So I want to thank you for considering all of that in making your decision on the redistricting effort. Thank you so much.
Arlisha McMichael.
Good evening. My name is Arlisha McMichael. And as we all know, things change, life happens, and people move. 10 years is a long time, and there has been many occurrences that has influenced our comfortability. I want to remain in the district that I live in, but however, I recognize that redistricting is a federal mandate on the census, which is why it is vital for you as our representatives to continue to educate your constituencies so that we may remain aware and empowered when these times occur. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak.
Fanning Cumberlander.
Good evening, Councilman and Councilor Lady. My name is Fanning Cumberlander. I want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you all, and keep working hard, and please try not follow the law and try not to split our votes. Thank you, ma'am.
Prophet Curtis Harrison Martin.
Hello, how's everybody doing today? Again, along with what these people saying about the district changing, it's becoming more Caucasian than white in a black neighborhood, and I've been said that before. But I'm about to show you, I'm listening to a video that happened to me last night that goes along, because what I'm saying is injustice. Because what's going to happen, I listened to the video this morning, but this is what happened to me last night. I hope you can hear this. This is Marta. It was 1:30, 2:50. Got on the train at 1:15 on the east side. So we get downtown. See, I'm telling you, I said, wait, look, these people ain't walked through the gate. I paid money to get in here. See? Sure that somebody lined all the way up. A train came by and didn't stop. A train came by and didn't stop. See, that's the stuff I'm telling y'all. The hell, for whatever reason, I don't know. If they follow me up down the street, which they are. The police followed me up down the street. If they know it wasn't me, but they don't believe God. They don't believe Dudu's team. He said, "Touch not." See, one thing about these modern people, modern bus, you complain about them, they get worse because they feel like they need what they have to offer. In other words, I know you need this train and bus so bad, I'm gonna treat you even worse now that you complain about us. Now we've been waiting on the train. Look what time it is. 2 o'clock. It's just 2 o'clock. Now let's see. If the train is coming in this way, now a train came past. Now I'm still gonna show this. If the train coming out, I'm gonna show this to the city council tomorrow. And this is the stuff I'm telling y'all about. 2 o'clock. See, there ain't none but black folk in the train station about that. Mostly, majority are African Americans, right? See, y'all don't feel the pain. Them ladies got look. That's an older lady right there. That's an older lady right there. Elder. See, Probably about 60, 63. Too late to be outside at this time of night.
So what I'm saying is this, that we waited in the train. I got on the train at 1:10. I got downtown at 1:20. When I got downtown at 1:20, 1:25, they told me a train was coming. No train never showed up to go to the north side. So I had to call an Uber, call a cab, or walk home from downtown 5 Points. But then when I got down 5 Points, a train was coming. So when I got down there, and we waited 45 minutes, and if I hadn't got on the train, if I hadn't gotten made this video, them blazers would have had to walk
That's your
home.
time.
Nicholas Northerner.
Thank you guys very much for having these meetings and allowing us to make our voices heard. It's after 6 p.m. on a Thursday, so I'm grateful that you all made the effort to be here, especially bringing some members of the family. I appreciate it. I'm also a proud resident of Mechanicsville, which is largely why I'm here today. I'll be direct. I'll just ask that you guys please pass the lines as they're proposed. Specifically, I haven't heard everyone else's complaints, so I'll say specifically the inclusion of precinct 01F in with District 4 without dividing it like before. For the last several years, many members of the Mechanicsville community have been split into a district with communities like Grant Park and Summerhill. And there's nothing wrong with those communities. They got some awesome things going on over there, but we have different needs. We have different things that we need to contact our representatives about. And frankly, our community is just much more industrial, and we need different city services. And so we ask that we are reunited with our neighbors. There's a lot of elderly folks that live in our community and can't necessarily be here today for health reasons, but they really would like to be a part of a community. We all go and participate in Mechanicsville Civic Association events and meetings. We all go to local events in the community. We'd just like to be recognized as one community in that sense. During my day job, I get to work directly with elections and registration officials across the state, especially Ms. Shamira Marshall, the registrar for the awesome Fulton County. And so keeping precincts together in the maps as well is, in addition to having great community benefits, it's also something that makes building districts easier for the registration officials that work really hard to make sure that we're all able to vote in the right districts. And so obviously, much more importantly than that, it keeps the communities together. It helps us have safer streets, safer roads, bike lanes, and as the gentleman alluded to earlier, more reliable transit, which our community relies on very heavily. Thank you so much for your time.
We have also been joined by the Honorable Jason Dozier, District 4, and his little one.
Next speaker, Mr. Johnson.
William Harper.
Good evening. I'm William Harper, resident in District 3. I'd just like to commend everyone who helped make this process smooth and fair. As a young resident, I definitely value my community and I take pride in my neighborhood, where my family has been represented for decades. It's been a very interesting process, and I'm glad to hear that you all will host information sessions to help other residents kind of understand, and I look forward to continuing to vote and be represented in District 3. Thank you, guys.
Gabriel Sanchez.
Hi there, my name is Gabriel Sanchez. I reside in District 1 currently. I just moved there recently, but I just wanted to talk about the maps in general. I think, I'm appreciative that there is the demographics being listed publicly on the website, in the atlanta.gov website. However, there has been a pretty big oversight. I'm not sure if I missed something or if I'm not looking at the website correctly, but if I'm not mistaken, there's not any mention of Hispanic population in any of the demographic information listed in the districts. So I think it's really important that the second biggest minority group in the state is being shown in the city of Atlanta and where their population is. I don't see it in the demographic So again, I want to say I appreciate for you all posting it, but I do think it's important to include all the groups in there. I also think earlier in the 12 o'clock session, there was mention of District 9, which is currently in the currently drawn district before. It is 54% black. Now it's about 40% black and plurality white district. It's a slight plurality, but it's still a bit of a concern that we're lowering representation for minority groups and minority voters in the city of Atlanta. So I think I think it is possible to draw a map with District 9 specifically that can have a little bit more of that minority representation, considering we already have 5 districts that have majority white in the city of Atlanta. So, but thank you.
Phyllis Turner.
Good evening. My name is Phyllis Turner. In the words of Robert Frost, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And it goes on to say, I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. To the young lady's point about the 10 years of living in a community, I would hope that, and to the other points, I would hope that this plan is based on justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and that it strongly considers the impact on minority, marginalized, and underserved communities. Excuse me, Albert Einstein said, what's popular isn't always right, and what's right isn't always popular. So although we appreciate and understand the difficult position that you are currently in, we also know that leadership is often difficult. So we understand that you can only do your best to serve your constituents or the people of Atlanta, but you cannot please everybody. And although everybody is important, the city of Atlanta is important, and that includes all of its residents. Therefore, we implore you to do your best, which may not be what's popular, to consider the interest of all of the citizens, the great diversity that is in this city, and as you move forward on this vote, to consider justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and the impact of your decision. Thank you.
Madam Chair, this concludes public comment.
At this time, do we have any other residents that would like to come up and give comment? Please come up and state your name.
Good evening. My name is John Estes. I'm a proud District 12 resident. I voted the way that I voted because I had complete confidence in my representation, in my representative. Would do the right thing at the right time. And so far, Antonio Lewis has done all that. I urge this committee to follow the legal advice that was given with respect to the redistricting process. Thank you all for your hard work.
Next. Please state your name.
Good evening, Derek Green, live in District 3, Vice Chair for MPUJ. Just real quick, I do appreciate the effort that's been put toward this map and all of the maps for the whole city. I am a bit disappointed. I think it should be more engagement maybe during this process before we get to this point. And also because of the late getting the map to the public, because there was some confusion last week, I think there should be a little more time for evaluation by the citizens, because I think it's very important that we all look at what the changes are, look at what's coming. And in this particular state, you know, we have so many attacks on voting rights outside of the city of Atlanta that's been going on for the whole entirety of the creation of the state of Georgia. It would be nice to have that engagement, again, doing that front end so that people can really evaluate and be a part of the process on how that city changes. Thank you.
At this time, we will have a comment from our City of Atlanta Law Department.
Good afternoon, Amber A. Robinson, City of Atlanta, Department of Law. I did want to simply assure the council and the public that the City of Atlanta Department of Law has reviewed the redistricting process as well as the legislation put forth by this council to amend the charter in order to adopt the new maps. And we have determined that both the process and the legislation are legally sound and are in keeping with the state requirements for redistricting as well as for amendments to the City of Atlanta charter. The map and itself, it comports with the Constitution of the United States as well as the Voting Rights Act and state law.
Thank you. At this time, those that would like to stay and get individual questions answered, please feel free to stay. At this time, this public hearing is adjourned. Thank you.